G'day and welcome back once again. Today we are checking in on all of the changes that we've recently done on Mei Yin Chen's base here. Last time we caught up on her base, we'd only just begun and put in the first floor, and we weren't really sure on what we were going to do with the residents, and we've gone through and pretty much finalised everything now. I will go through eventually and do a few more details upstairs, but at this stage I think this will be pretty much finalised. So we've got some sage at the entry here. That's going to be her signature plant or flower. And just moving into her store space now, we've made a few changes in here as well. We've now got a couple of showcase bee items in here. I mentioned last time we were going to possibly put a shelf in or something like that, just to feature a few more of the flowers, but I'm still yet to decide how I'm fully going to do that. I might just put a little shelf or something just here next to the door or something like that. I'm not really sure on how I'm going to do that, or maybe even a little shelf that kind of juts out in between each of the doors with each of the 4 different flowers. That could be what we actually finalise and go to. We've got a couple of mannequins here. Now I've got all the new flame packed garb on this one here, and at the moment I've just put from the last update the Explorer garb on that one. What I will do eventually, and if we chat to Mei Yin we can have a look, I will eventually go through and craft some of the Serpent Warrior gear. I just haven't got around to doing it as yet. I've got enough equipment and enough fabric and all the rest of it to do so. I just need to go and take a minute to actually do that, and what I'll do is I'll place that on this one here and replace all of that Explorer gear. So those are some of the little details we'll get to later on. I've put a little mat in here as well just to kind of make it a little bit more homely looking. She's now got a new front counter here. I think it's called a bar. It's available to craft at the carpenter, and we've got the division between her space in the stall here and going out to the back towards her residence as one of the doors that she crafts. Also got another one of these bars here. I've given her a little fire out here as well. I've still yet to populate this area here fully and decide what I'm actually going to do with it. It'll probably just be storage for the store, I think. And what we've done with the in terms of building here, we've used the roughly cut stone block as the signature, and that because that's one of the new crafting blocks, as is the yellow luminescent out the front. We've used some of the roughly cut stone block as a signature block for out the back and for the residents as well. So I wanted to use the new blocks where I could for new survivors and whatnot. I'll throw some lighting in here eventually as well. Now what we've done upstairs here is created a little residence for Mei Yin, and this is not completely finalised as yet, but I've sort of started. So we've got a bed for her and some side tables here decorated with one of her flowers there. We've got a little bit of lighting up here in terms of candles. We'll head on in here first. This is her little bathroom area, and because I'm going with the roughly cut stone, I thought I'd stay with some stone in terms of all the bathroom gear, so that's all just the stone gear. So she's got a little bathroom there. And this is her little kitchen area, and it's a roughly cut stone countertop, which I've made sort of double sized. And we've got one of the new cooking things there, and what I've done is I've placed a roof over this all the way out to the front, so the kitchen area itself is actually covered, and it provides a little bit of privacy for the kitchen for people who are coming down, the NPCs who are coming down from the town centre. And what we've got in here is a larder, so I've put a couple of just normal storage chests in here, which can have things in them as well. And these shelves here are a new shelf. They're a stone shelf. And what I've done is I've put breadboards and food boards on each of the shelves here, and just sort of put food on each of them just to kind of illustrate that it's a larder. And these are all the new baskets as well. So I think this is kind of looking pretty cool. I really do dig the new breadboards and food boards, and also the drink coasters as well. I've put a couple of them in up there, so I've got drinks in there. And I think this larder is pretty much the way I want it. I might try another candle at the front here, just above these two empty storage chests here. I just haven't finalised a lot of this because I've been spending a lot of time doing all of these builds, and it takes a lot of hours out of the day to get them all done. Now this is the roof of the shop space downstairs, which I've used as the floor for up here. And I may throw in a little sort of dining area here. I'm not really too sure as yet what I'm going to do with it. And what we've got here is, these are the new wooden fences, which I had crafted for another zone, but I didn't get around to using because I didn't like them. And I've just combined those with some of the old polished wooden window frames to create a little barrier, and so she can still get some views out to some of the different sections down there. I'm toying with the idea as to whether I will chop off perhaps from about here to the end off of here, so she has uninterrupted views going down into the mountains that are over there. But the reason I put all of this garb here is because I wanted to have some privacy for her residents here from people who are walking down from the Botanic Gardens, which is over here, past the Flame Shrine, and all the NPCs who are walking from the NPC residences, which are all up here. I wanted to give her some privacy so that she doesn't have people kind of peeking in and watching her while she's trying to make some dinner and whatnot. Now I've put one of the new doors here as well. And the idea behind having a seating area and eventually deciding on putting all of her space above the store itself was so that I could have it very similar to what I've done with the hunter over there above my head, where she has a dining area and an outdoor reading space up there above my head, which overlooks the town centre as well, as do all of the other survivors. They've all got places that they can sit and entertain and overlook the town centre itself. So that's why I put this little sitting area up here. I was toying with putting it over here, but there wasn't enough space and there wasn't enough height as well overall, so it just ended up that I had more space over here, and it worked out pretty well that I could create just enough room here for her. And we've got one of the new fences there, and more sage here, which is her signature plant, as well as is the sugar cane. So I think I'll plant another sage just here actually, just to kind of block off that window a bit. And that's just more of the fencing, the wood fencing that's there. And that's pretty much it for her residence really. There's a lot of changes that have gone through. I've still yet to do a little bit more finalising. I think I might just put out another compilation video on little changes that I've made throughout the base itself, and add the finalised details of what I've done for her in that in the upcoming weeks. So that's about it from us with Mei Yin. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.